Some UK meal kits are straight-up culinary fraud. Boxes stuffed with limp veg, laughably tiny protein portions, and instructions so wildly optimistic they border on fantasy. A few charge restaurant money to deliver supermarket sadness in recyclable guilt wrapping. Others shout premium while tasting aggressively forgettable. I cooked them. I paid full price. I ate the disappointment, and yes, a couple were so brutally bad they felt almost personal. So this video ranks UK meal kit brands from worst to best, exposing the rip-offs, the sneaky wins, and the rare boxes that actually deserve your money. Subscribe before we begin because this one will save you cash, time, and several tragic dinners. 11. Chefs for Foodies, a luxury illusion wrapped in frustration. This one doesn't just miss the point, it actively mocks it. Chefs for Foodies sells itself like a backstage pass to restaurant brilliance. Celebrity chefs, authentic ingredients, QR codes, big promises. What lands on your doorstep, though, feels less like a meal kit and more like an overconfident cooking exam you didn't sign up for. First hit, the price. You're paying eye-watering restaurant-level money per portion, then being told to do all the labor yourself. Not quick labor either. We're talking multi-stage prep, fiddly techniques, and timelines so optimistic they border on delusion. This isn't dinner after work, this is your entire evening being held hostage by a recipe card. Yes, the flavors can be excellent, that's the trap. One good bite makes you think, maybe this is worth it. Then you look at the clock, then the pile of plastic packaging, then the fact that this box feeds exactly one mood. I want to pretend I'm on MasterChef tonight. Marketing leans hard on exclusivity, but practicality is nowhere to be found. There's no real subscription value, no flexibility, no sense this fits into normal life. It's culinary theatre pretending to be convenience food. Chefs for Foodies isn't awful because the food tastes bad. It's awful because it's fundamentally dishonest. This is not a meal kit, it's an expensive cooking class wearing the wrong uniform. 10. The Cookaway, beautiful chaos at a reckless price. The Cookaway is what happens when romance overrides common sense. Open the box and it's stunning. Exotic spices, gorgeous produce, recipes that whisper promises of far-flung kitchens and impressive dinners. Then reality taps you on the shoulder and asks why you just paid this much to work so hard. Let's talk cost. Per portion, it's borderline outrageous. You're flirting with special occasion pricing for something that still requires serious effort. And unlike subscriptions, there's no loyalty reward here, no scale advantage. Every box hurts your wallet exactly the same. Cooking-wise, this isn't casual. These recipes demand attention, multiple pans, long prep, timing that punishes distraction. If you're tired, distracted, or hungry right now, this kit will not save you. It will stress you out beautifully. Sustainability tries to soften the blow. Packaging is mostly recyclable, and ingredient quality is genuinely high. But that doesn't cancel the core problem. This is not a solution for weeknights. It's a once-in-a-while culinary adventure pretending it could be more. The Cookaway shines when you treat it like an event. As a regular meal kit, though, it's wildly impractical. Gorgeous, impressive, and completely unfit for everyday life. 9. Nonna Tonda, charming, narrow, and quietly suffocating. Nonna Tonda starts like a love letter and ends like a locked room. Fresh pasta made daily, sauces that taste like someone's Italian aunt is quietly judging you from the corner. The first delivery feels magical. The fifth feels repetitive in a way that sneaks up on you. Here's the issue. Choice, or rather, the brutal lack of it. Each week gives you 2 dishes. That's it. No browsing, no tailoring, no escape hatch if you're not in the mood for pasta again. And again, and again. When it works, it really works. Cooking takes minutes. The quality is excellent. The packaging is tidy and letterbox friendly. It's one of the least stressful experiences here. But novelty wears thin fast. You either surrender to the menu or skip the week entirely. Marketing sells simplicity as elegance, but this level of restriction feels less curated and more controlling. Dietary needs, tough. Variety cravings, ignored. Flexibility, non-existent. Nonna Tonda isn't bad food, it's bad longevity. It's perfect for pasta obsessives who hate decisions. Everyone else will hit a wall faster than they expect. 8. Pasta Evangelists, indulgence disguised as convenience. This is pasta that seduces you, then leaves you slightly ashamed. Pasta Evangelist knows exactly what it's doing. Plush branding, rich sauces, words like artisan doing heavy lifting, And to be fair, the food is undeniably delicious, but look closer. Portions are indulgent to the point of excess. Calories stack up fast. Prices creep higher than your brain initially registers. This isn't dinner fuel, it's comfort food turned up to 11, pretending it belongs in a weekly routine. Convenience is the big win. 10 minutes and you're eating something restaurant adjacent. That's powerful. But sustainability and balance take a hit. There's more plastic than you expect. The nutritional story is often ignored, and eating this regularly feels like making a deal your future self won't appreciate. Marketing leans hard on luxury while quietly avoiding words like moderation. It's easy to overorder, overeat, and overspend because everything tastes so good in isolation. Pasta Evangelists belongs in your rotation the way dessert does. As a treat, as a reward, not as a system. Try to live on it and the cracks show fast. It's not evil, it's just gloriously excessive. 7. Abel Cole, virtuous, worthy, and painfully demanding. Abel Cole feels like being judged by your dinner. Everything about it screams moral superiority. Organic this, ethical that, small farmers, seasonal boxes. And look, none of that is fake. The ingredients are genuinely good, sometimes stunning. But living with this kit is another story entirely. First problem is control, or rather the lack of it. Recipe choice is narrow, and once something sells out, you're done. No swaps, no clever fixes. Just a polite shrug and a reminder that seasonality doesn't care about your cravings. If flexibility matters to you, this box will slowly drive you mad. Then there's the effort. The vegetables arrive gloriously unprocessed, which sounds lovely until you realize you're scrubbing mud off carrots at 7 p.m. Prep time balloons fast. This is not throw-it-together cooking. It's slow, deliberate, occasionally exhausting work disguised as wholesomeness. Price doesn't help. You're paying a premium, not just in money, but in time and mental energy. Yes, sustainability is strong. Packaging collection is admirable, but virtue doesn't automatically equal convenience. Abel Cole works best for people who enjoy the process as much as the plate. If cooking is therapy, you'll feel smug and satisfied. If cooking is survival between meetings, this kit will feel quietly punishing. It's not bad food, it's just demanding in ways the marketing barely whispers about. 6. Simply Cook, the loophole that cheats the whole system. Simply Cook doesn't send you food, and that's exactly why it survives this ranking. No soggy courgettes, no melting ice packs, no box full of regret. Instead, you get tiny pots of flavor that quietly slide through your letterbox and wait patiently for you to mess up dinner. The price is almost suspiciously low. For what you pay, you get 4 recipes that can turn boring ingredients into something dangerously impressive. That's the trick. They're selling confidence, not groceries. But let's be honest, this is not a full meal kit. You still shop, you still choose proteins, you still forget coriander and swear at yourself in Tesco. Simply Cook doesn't save you from planning, it just rescues you from blandness. Marketing loves to blur that line. Convenience is implied, not delivered. If you expected a magic solution, you'll feel mildly betrayed. If you understand the deal, it's clever, flexible, and weirdly empowering. Sustainability is a quiet win here. No cold chain, minimal packaging, less waste. It's one of the least environmentally obnoxious options on this list. Simply Cook isn't lazy cooking, it's assisted cooking. And for the price, that's a smart compromise. Just don't confuse it for a full service. It never claimed to be one. 5. Green Chef. Healthy on paper, exhausting in practice. Green Chef sells wellness like a lifestyle brand, then hands you a chopping marathon. Keto, vegan, low carb, balanced. The labels are seductive, especially if you're trying to eat better without thinking too hard. But once the apron goes on, the illusion thins. The food is good, fresh, thoughtfully designed, but prep is relentless. Veg everywhere. Sauces built from scratch. Components that multiply across the worktop like rabbits. This is health with homework. Pricing leans premium and it adds up fast. You're paying more than HelloFresh for fewer options, mostly because you're buying into the health halo. That's fine, as long as you know what you're signing up for. Marketing pushes ease, but the reality is effort heavy. Weeknights can feel like a test of commitment. Skip a day and the fridge becomes a guilt museum of good intentions. To Green Chef's credit, ingredients are solid and sustainability claims are respectable. Portioning is sensible. Flavors land more often than they miss. This kit suits people who prioritize nutrition above everything else. If macros matter more than minutes, it works. If speed matters, Green Chef will quietly exhaust you while smiling politely. 4. Mindful Chef, calm, competent, and unapologetically grown up. Mindful Chef doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. This is the rare kit that feels like it knows exactly who it's for and refuses to beg for attention. No gimmicks, no neon branding, just clean confidence and well thought out food. Health is the foundation here, but not in a joyless way. Meals are balanced, satisfying, and genuinely tasty. You won't feel punished for eating well. That alone puts it ahead of most competitors. Price is the obvious hurdle. It's expensive, unapologetically so. You're paying for ethically sourced meat, smart nutrition, and a company that actually backs up its sustainability talk. Whether that's worth it depends on your priorities. Convenience is decent, not magical. Prep exists, but it's reasonable. Instructions are clear. Portions feel intentional. Nothing feels sloppy or rushed. Where Mindful Chef really pulls ahead is integrity. Packaging choices are thoughtful. Waste is taken seriously. This kit feels designed by adults who understand real kitchens and real lives. It doesn't crack the top 3 because it won't suit every budget. But in terms of trust, consistency, and long-term livability, this is one of the strongest offerings out there. It's not flashy, it's reliable, and that's rare. 3. HelloFresh, the polished giant with cracks under the paint. HelloFresh isn't winning because it's perfect. It's winning because it's everywhere. This is the brand people default to when they're tired, hungry, and don't want to think too hard. And honestly, that's its superpower. The variety is huge. Week after week, the menu keeps rotating, throwing burgers, curries, stir-fries, tray bakes, and speedy options at you like a friendly algorithm that knows you're bored. For families and indecisive couples, that's comforting. You rarely feel stuck eating the same thing twice. But the marketing gloss hides a few annoyances. Portion sizes can feel suspiciously lean, especially with proteins. Veg sometimes arrives pre-chopped, sometimes not, and the prep time estimates are hilariously optimistic. 15 minutes often means 30 if you're moving at human speed. Price is the biggest trick. Order big and it looks like a bargain. Scale down and suddenly you're paying frightening money for what is essentially organized grocery shopping. The discounts hook you early, then quietly disappear. Sustainability sits in an awkward middle ground. HelloFresh talks loudly about reduced food waste, but the plastic still piles up faster than you expect. Ice packs, sachets, little bags inside bigger bags. It adds up. Still, the food tastes good. Not mind-blowing, but reliable. And reliability is powerful. HelloFresh lands here because it does many things well without truly excelling. It's the safe choice. The comfortable one. The kit you recommend when you don't want complaints. 2. Gousto, an avalanche of choice with organizational chaos baked in. Gousto doesn't offer variety, it assaults you with it. Opening the app feels like scrolling a restaurant menu the size of a small novel. 100 plus recipes, diet filters, 10-minute meals, global flavors, calorie-controlled options. It's overwhelming in the best and worst way. On value, Gousto can be incredible. Order big, and the price per portion drops shockingly low. Suddenly, this becomes one of the cheapest ways to avoid supermarket boredom. That's why families love it. It stretches budgets without killing excitement. But then the box arrives. Ingredients aren't grouped by recipe. Everything is thrown together like a culinary jigsaw puzzle. You spend the first 10 minutes sorting carrots from courgettes, wondering why this hasn't been fixed yet. Quality swings depending on the dish. Some meals are fantastic. Others feel oddly flat. The sauces usually save the day, but consistency is not Gousto's strongest trait. It's a volume game, and sometimes quality gets lost in the noise. Packaging is improving, but plastic still dominates. To their credit, Gousto is more transparent than most about emissions and waste reduction. That effort matters. Gousto sits at number 2 because it offers unmatched freedom at a strong price. It rewards planners and frustrates neat freaks. If choice excites you more than order, this kit will feel like a win. 1. Riverford. When food feels honest again. Riverford doesn't try to impress you. It simply shows up and outclasses everyone. The moment you open the box, something feels different. The vegetables look alive. The meat feels intentional. Nothing screams marketing. Everything whispers confidence. This is seasonal cooking done properly. You won't get endless menus. You'll get what's good right now. That limitation is exactly why it works. Instead of chasing novelty, Riverford teaches you rhythm. Eat with the year, not the algorithm. The flavor payoff is massive. Simple recipes suddenly taste deeper because the ingredients actually matter. There's no need for heavy sauces or tricks. The food carries itself. Yes, it's more expensive than budget kits, but this is where the money goes somewhere tangible. Organic farms, fair pay, compostable packaging that doesn't leave you wrestling with plastic at midnight. Sustainability isn't a buzzword here, it's baked into the entire operation. Convenience is honest. You'll cook, you'll prep, but nothing feels wasteful or excessive. Portions are generous, sometimes leaving extras that nudge you to be creative instead of guilty. Riverford wins because it feels trustworthy. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, no nonsense pretending to be premium. If you care about flavor, ethics, and knowing what you're eating, this is the gold standard. Everything else is competing for second place. So that's the battlefield. Some meal kits waste your money, some waste your time, and a rare few actually respect both. The best choice isn't about hype, it's about how you really live, cook, and eat. If this saved you from a tragic dinner or an overpriced box of regret, subscribe. More brutally honest food breakdowns are coming, and your kitchen deserves better.